as I was looking over, like I said, stalking you online, doing my due diligence, making sure that I'm not squandering our opportunity by talking about Rick and Morty when I could be asking you important questions. And I just saw award after award after award. I know you've just won the newest one here, the General Council's Award.
Governor General. The Governor General is the Canadian head of state.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yes, forgive my my Americanness.
No, it's fine. I don't think I'd ever heard of it before I moved north of the border either, but it's the big swanky one. It's like the National Book Award. It's, they give it in, I think, 7 categories. So there's fiction, poetry, playwriting, nonfiction, and children's literature in both illustration and text. So mine is the Children's or Young People's Literature Text Award. So yes, it's the big, swanky, put on a ball gown, go to the equivalent of the White House kind of award. That's next week. I have ball gown.
Oh, yeah. That's very exciting.
I'm really excited. Mm-hmm.
I wanted to ask, with something like that, there's this, I'm revealing how sad my mind works, little bits of pop culture get stuck in there. There's an old episode of Tiny Toons where the joke is Meryl Streep is winning another Oscar, and she doesn't get up for it, they bring it to her, and then she just drops it in her purse, which is overflowing with Oscars, and she just kind of yawns. Is there a point with all these awards where it ever feels like that, or is it always fresh and exciting every time?
It hasn't gotten old yet. I mean, it's only 5 novels deep. No, it's not old. It's they called me with this before they announced it to the public. So this one I actually knew about. But I wasn't supposed to tell anybody. I wasn't even supposed to tell like the rest of my family. But that was just a completely non-starter because I was being so uncharacteristically weird on the phone that everybody gathered around me to see if, either I'd won the lottery or someone had died. Something must have happened, right? But everybody did a really good job keeping the secret. So, no, it doesn't get old. It doesn't get old. I mean, you write. It's weird writing. It's you sit. I sit in this shed, and you can't see how small it is, but it's really quite small. I could almost reach out my hands and touch both walls. And, it's quiet. It's very quiet out here. I sit out here and I talk to fictional people 3 days a week. And it's every once in a while they check in from out of a gym full of high school students or a cocktail party full of publishers as if those were overlapping skills. But basically, I sit very quietly and talk to fictional people for years at a time. And it's not lonely, but it is singular. It is, this very quiet interior experience. But what you basically want from it is for the book to find other readers so that other people can have the other half of that experience. I create this character and then you read this character and somehow it meets in the middle and this person comes alive and, I actually laugh at them or cheer for them or cry for them. And, so you need that experience, and getting the awards kind of means it's proof that you made at least one person have that experience. The judge picked yours. And it means that other people will find the books. The GG is the award in Canada that's like, my kids read this book. This is the first book that I've written that my children have read because it's for younger readers and they're getting bigger. The GG is the kind of award that means their kids might get to read this book. So no, it doesn't get old. It means a lot. But
and so now, when you come out to your writing shed, do you sit down and you say, "Okay, here I am, award-winning Erin Bow. This is no problem. Let's do it"? Or do you still feel that same existential anxiety and fear when you get going, or have you reached some kind of peacefulness because you know you're going to be read?
I'm still working for peacefulness. I'm such an imposter that I can't quite manage proper imposter syndrome. I actually know that I'm very talented. I also feel like I'm squandering it all the time. Like I'm not writing the right thing, or I'm not writing fast enough, or, it's that this will be the book where it finally all catches up with me. So I have faith in my talent, which almost seems like an external thing to me. Classically, I used to study Latin. And many people know this now because Elizabeth Gilbert pointed it out. But in Latin, genius is not a thing that you are, it's a thing that you have. It's an external, it's a friendly spirit, really. It's a muse. And sometimes it shows up and sometimes it doesn't. So sometimes the muse shows up and sometimes it doesn't, but you just got to sit here and wait for it. And I actually feel like my talent is like that. It's like, it's just a gift. And but I don't always feel like I'm using it well. So that's my imposter syndrome. It's not feeling like I'm using it well. And I don't know. I suppose there will probably never be a point where publishing just puts a gold star on my paper and says, hey, good job. You're using your life well. I think if you're writing for that reason, probably it's not going to work out. It's never going to be the thing that validates your parking here on planet Earth, I don't know.
We all love you now. You are complete.
Yeah, it really feels like a book contract should come with a rider that says, good job with your life. Way to go. And indeed, everyone now loves you. You're done. Do it again sometime if you feel like it, but it doesn't feel like that.